Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. For a long time on the channel, we speculated the next NetherRealm Studios game would be another DC fighter, and that it would be called DCKO. And I'm here to tell you it was about half right, it turns out. So yes, you are looking at the new DC fighting game named DCKO. It is not made by NetherRealm Studios though, and it is a mobile, aka a phone game. So what exactly is NetherRealm Studios up to right now? Well, we'll talk about it in a moment, but for now, since we have this all new game, let's talk about DCKO itself. So there's been a lot of like mobile, comic games like DC or Marvel. Like there's a lot of these. This is a actual proper fighting game. It's certainly made for mobile, but it is a proper fighting game. If you want to check out some of the details for yourself, I'll link it in the video description. But yeah, it appears to be a fighting game with mobile game logic. So like taps, swipes, all that to control your characters. You do have proper real-time fighting game logic like juggles and all that kind of stuff. It's not turn-based or anything like that. Throws, throw techs, like proper fighting game logic. And is also a team-based deal. So you have your character, you have your assist, and you can call your assist, or you can do like DHC supers, tag supers to bring in your buddies so you can just beat them up together. I do appreciate, since the concept of DCKO has always had a bit of a wrestling flavor to it, that we do have Bane though. And as a mobile game, I guess the most interesting thing to me is it has real PvP. So a lot of these games, like you fight the enemy's team, but it's just automated by AI. You don't actually play another player. And to me, that's actually the biggest selling point. It's just a matter of how well does the online hold up. Because I don't know if mobile games have learned about rollback netcode yet. If it's got it though, great. And all sorts of PvE, I'm sure a lot of gacha elements because it is a mobile game, pay to win, if you will, at least pay to do a lot better. You can go to the website, pre-register, get all sorts of goodies. So that's all well and good, right? But now let's talk about NetherRealm Studios and their next game. Obviously, NetherRealm is making another fighting game. They only make fighting games. We all hope one day they'll be like Shaolin Monks 2, a non-fighting game. But for the moment, fighting games is sort of what they do. It's been long speculated that their next game is not a new Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, it's got to wait turns back to the DC fighting game era. And, behind the scenes I heard like, okay, yeah, new DC fighting game. And I heard it's not necessarily called Injustice 3. So for my brain, it was called DCKO. Just to tie into the recent big event, I had a lot of fighting game logic to the storyline. And plus, it's a good name. Like, I think it's a solid name. And turns out, yeah, DCKO is real. But it's the mobile game. It's not whatever NRS is working on. Now, there's been a lot of times, many times, where there is a mobile game that releases to coincide with an NRS game release. Great example is Mortal Kombat Online, which has been going strong for like 10 years now. It's still getting updates to this day. And frankly, good on them. Mobile games tend to not have legs like that. But this one does. But there was Injustice tie-ins. There was Mortal Kombat Onslaught. Do you remember that one? If you don't feel bad. It only existed for about a year before it got service pulled from it. A valiant attempt to, make another tie-in game, but just didn't sort of work out. And for something like Onslaught, this was made in studio by NRS, right? But this upcoming DCKO game is not. DCKO, the mobile game, is being made by an all-new studio, so it's not NetherRealm, basically. Whatever it is they're plugging away on, they are still plugging away on it. Now, is it still gonna be a DC fighting game property? Yeah, I believe that. A mobile game does not dictate what like the main company does, right? And you would think maybe that the mobile game would be a tie-in or this, that, and the other with, the new NetherRealm game, but maybe there's developmental delays and they want the game out already. There could be a million reasons why it is, right? But I still believe it to be a DC fighting game. We got two Mortal Kombat games back to back, and then there's the fact that Mortal Kombat 1, as we've talked about the death on the channel, not received as well as it could have been, and frankly, Mortal Kombat probably needs a little time on ice to get people have the interest just built back up again, and to make sure the game, whatever the new game may be, and I hope to God it's not called Mortal Kombat 2, because that's one of the most important games of all time, and saying the new game's Mortal Kombat 2 would be really weird, but basically, it needs to hit hard, right? So you gotta give it some time to breathe. The new DC fighter, Injustice 2 That was over 9 years ago. Time is scary like that. Yes, Injustice 2 came out over 9 years ago. It's almost a decade old. Weird. So yeah, we're due to come back to Superman and Batman is basically what I'm saying. And there's been no lack of hints that things have been moving in this direction. Like, James Gunn and crew have already said outright there's going to be new DCU games. And multiple times over the years, ever since James Gunn took over DC, it's been like, no, we're talking to NetherRealm. And we're letting them know kind of what we want out of, any DC games. So when I saw the DCKO announcement, like, finally. And then like, oh, wait, mobile game, not quite. So basically, it's a big if not now, then when sort of deal. The one thing I've always loved about NetherRealm, people have a lot of quibbles and qualms about NetherRealm. I love them to death for the fact that whenever they announce something, you better believe it's coming out a year or less from the announcement. Other games I'm very excited for, like Virtua Fighter Crossroads, they don't know that lesson, They let you wait and sit. So whatever the new game may be, wherever it's announced, like, the upcoming Game Awards at the end of the year, that would be a pretty good place to do it. They've worked with the Jeff Keighley aligned events before, or maybe it'll be a random Tuesday. Who exactly knows? But whatever it's going to be, it'll be out in relatively short order from the announcement. Like, very quick marketing cycle, then hey, game's out. Look forward to that. It certainly feels like we're due at this point. Like, the studio always works on multiple games at the same time, right? It's not just only when the one game ends does the new one begin. And Mortal Kombat 1 was announced over 3 years ago. And my understanding is they started working on Mortal Kombat 1 like shortly after Mortal Kombat 11 came out. Don't expect it to come out anytime this year for sure, but say announced either at the end of this year or early next year, launches fall-ish next year, 2027. I think that's plausible. Like, who knows if that actually happens, but I think it's plausible. Like, this year, honestly, we're full anyways. Like, just this week, like literally this week, Avatar Legends comes out, right? And then very shortly in the beginning of next month in August, we have Season 4 of Street Fighter 6. And then a few days after that, we have Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So, like, we're very blessed right now. Very, very blessed. But that's this year. And next year, well, this year becomes old news. And we always need new things. And after Tokon's kind of, just exists, then yeah, a new superhero fighting game probably could fit the void pretty good. It's all to say, when DCKO got announced earlier today, I saw a lot of people get really excited and like, maybe disappoint's a strong word, but like, this wasn't the DCKO they were looking for, A mobile game, it has its place and it looks interesting for what it is, as it looks like more like a real fighting game than mobile games tend to be. But for a split moment, people thought, oh, this was the new NetherRealm game, and it's not. But it goes to show, people are hungry for the new NetherRealm game. It's about time. People want their Superman versus Batman again. And this mobile game has Constantine in it. I've wanted Constantine and Injustice from the start. Like, Injustice 2 gave me Swamp Thing, which already put me over the moon. But Swamp Thing needs his buddy Constantine. And I say buddy, Swamp Thing hates Constantine, but you know what I mean, right? So basically, if DCKO interests you, go check it out. Go pre-register, get your goodies. But yeah, man, we're hungry for that new NetherRealm game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's going to be. And just purely off that interest is why we made today's video, I suppose. But that said, that is it for today's video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.
Love, yeah.